Been fighting the Tories at Westminster for well, soon be a decade, and I want to continue to do that. And I think the story in this election, Phyllis, is that the dogs in the street know that Keir Starmer is going to be Prime Minister. The Labour lead is so great down south. The Tories are split right down the middle. So Labour's going to have an embarrassing majority in the new Parliament. They don't need Scottish votes. They don't need the votes of people here for that to happen. And the big question for us is, will they be any different, and who will represent the views of the people here? And that's what I want to do. The choice people have here is to put somebody into Parliament who will do what Keir Starmer says, or put somebody into Parliament who will hold Keir Starmer to account and push him to do a little bit better than he says he's going to do at the moment. So there's a huge and understandable desperation amongst ordinary people to see the back of the Tories. After 14 years of austerity and Brexit and the cost of living crisis, people want them gone. And that is seducing people, I think, to consider voting Labour. But they don't need to vote Labour in Scotland to get rid of the Tories. The SNP voted against the Tory policies in Parliament far more times than the Labour Party did. So if you really want an alternative standing up for Scotland in Westminster, then you should vote SNP on the 4th of July. Alternative policies, and internationally as well. The SNP, have led the arguments against Brexit and trying to highlight the consequences of it when Labour and Tories don't want to talk about it. So, on things like human rights and Palestine, the SNP has led the way, calling for recognition of Palestine and a ceasefire in Gaza, while the Labour Party has been silent and left the chamber early. So yes, I think the SNP has been a strong and effective voice for Scotland, and we want to continue. We also want to press the case again for people in Scotland to have a say over their own affairs and to be in control of their own resources and their own country. And that is a compelling argument, and it's at the core of what the SNP believes in. And if we have a mandate, we will push that with the new government, and I hope, and I sort of expect, we will get a more respectful audience than we've had from the Tories over the last 14 years.
It's interesting to hear. Do you think, did you ever think there was going to be an election in July?
No, I thought we were all planning for November. So it has caught us not completely unawares. I mean, I'm glad it's happening because, at last the electorate can put this government out of its misery and out of the misery that it has inflicted upon them. So it's good that we're getting this over with, and I long for the 4th of July and seeing a change in the UK government. But I want to make sure that it's real change, and you only get that by having independent voices in there who will push Keir Starmer to be different rather than just change the face but not change the policy.